Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show featuring the Zoom homies, produced by LK Productions. Yes, I am starting. I was starting the show. Welcome again, Greg Guy at third place, which means Tony Wallow was first. Darren Gilholm was second. John Aloy Sr. was third. He said second, but he was actually third. Darren sneaked in before him. Greg was fourth. Jeff Ryman was 1, 2, 3, 4, actually fifth. BH Ringer. Everybody's off by one. Chris Garrett and Jeff didn't like my little opening thing. Wait, and speaking of my little opening thing, why is that still showing on there? That should have switched over on YouTube. That is still showing the endorphins thing I posted. Oh, there it goes. Wow, this is weird. That's just backwards tonight. Wintermute's there. Greg's with us and Alex is with us.
I am not news for Mike.
You have news for Mike?
No, not yet, not today.
No new news then? Nothing new?
No.
Okay. And everybody's jumping in on Zoom, so we'll give that a chance to get caught up. I see the Bronco, which is not a Bronco, is joining us. Chris, you're probably not going to ever live that down. You know that, don't you?
Mike is maybe the problem for the cell phone. It's no time not to change.
So do they anticipate when he might get to come home?
Cell phone.
Jeff said he'll be in Zoom in a little while. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Now, why is...
And we may have to new cell phone.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mike is alone the cell phone, you know?
Yeah.
It's long time.
Yeah, he's been there for a while now, that's for sure. So we have a couple different things we're going to cover tonight before Rick gets here. Once Rick gets here, we're going to try to tackle one of his issues that he's having. I think that was what the plan was. But in the meanwhile...
The voice is the possible for the voice and mic is low down, eh? Huh?
The voice for Mike is low. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's the low.
No, we can hear you just fine. Everything is perfect.
Not me.
Oh, is Mike listening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the voice for the mic is not very good, nice. Is the talk for the baby, you know?
Yeah. Did he do a factory reset? No, Wintermute. I don't believe he did on his router.
You know, huh?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yes. So where do we want to start? Do we want to start with Alex or Greg? Let's start with Greg. Greg, do you have some news you'd like to share with us today?
And my TV finally went out last night.
Hello, Greg.
Hi.
And Mike say hello, and you guys.
Okay.
Can Mike join on his phone? Does he have Zoom on the phone?
No, I have there. It's not for the Zoom for you.
Okay. Well, tell Mike we all said hi.
No, because it's the pay. It's
bill.
Yeah. It's not at the house, you know.
Right.
It's not at the modern for the hospital. because the two next one eight hospital you have the you know when it's the hospital is no have to the link.
I see. I hear some background noise. Let me see if I can figure out where that's coming from.
Me too. I have to hospital for Mike. Listen, me I have to go to. I have to my cell phone. You know, I wake up to you for the messenger. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
just for the time for the mic. It is the pass for Mike. I now have to the link it for the hospital. You know,
Yes.
because me I went to that to you for the special for my for you for talking. You know.
Mm-hmm. I do. So, Greg,
Because
I,
because Mike I have to trouble for her cell phone.
well, hopefully he'll be home soon and we won't have to worry about that. That would be perfect, actually. I got a question for
Because
Greg.
because
Yeah.
if we because if we change for the cell phone for Mike, it's that to top long time the cell phone.
Okay. Your TV was not that old, was it?
4 years and 3 months.
Is that like a, I mean, I don't know anything about the lifespan of TVs, but is that considered old?
Not really.
What, it was a VCO? Wintermute says
Yeah.
no. Huh.
How old did you say your TV was, Greg?
Hello, Alex.
Hello, Mimi.
Yeah, I have to say Mike say hello unto you too. May hospital is not there.
Tell him I said hello.
Hey, Mimi.
Uh,
Yeah, Mike.
hello.
Hey.
Yeah. Mikey Hospital. You know, it's the voice. It's the mic, Alex. Where it's the where. You know,
I do.
it's the voice. You know, Alex. It's the voice for the come to baby.
I think she says he's having a hard time hearing you, Ken.
I'm
I
not
think
sure. Let me check my mixer. Mixer looks good.
it could be the
It should be
Wi-Fi
good. I
connection.
actually told myself not to change it, so it's possible. And I've got them locked down to where I can't change them. So if it gets changed, that means I've gone in and done something into the computer itself. So
Alex needs to go check the speed at the hospital he's at of the Wi-Fi.
Uh, I really don't want to do that, Chris. But honestly, believe it or not, the hospital I go
Uh-oh.
to, University Hospital, their guest Wi-Fi is they do not throttle their guest Wi-Fi whatsoever. I may when I go in the waiting room, I am literally right underneath the access point. I can literally see the access point on the ceiling, and I'm sitting right underneath it, and I'm literally able to get over 100 both directions.
That's
well,
when he's in the waiting room.
yeah, I thought he said ladies' room, but I realized what he said.
Ladies' room.
Gonna remind him this is family friendly. So, Greg, so far, do you like your new TV?
Yeah, that's nice.
Good, good.
I mean, my TV is washing. Is no nice today tonight.
Hey, Long Dog's here. He says, "I'd be here, fella. That's kind of a rough day. Yeah, we kind of missed you over on Doug's today. Just putting the sink faucets in. Took too long to do. Yeah, that's why I'm not going to do it, because if I started today, I might be done by middle of July. That's just for one sink. So I think Alex has got some news. I'm going to allow him to share. I'm not going to set a timer, but if it gets to be on and on and on and on and on, I will cut him off. So take it away, Alex.
All right, have some
Okay,
news.
that's long enough. What else are we going to talk about today?
No,
go ahead.
I did get my new router installed today. The kids came over, so I got the oldest nephew to help me plug it all in. because of course it's got to go on top of my desk and I can't reach it. So he helped me run all the cords and everything. Everything's working. I even had my mom go outside on the front porch, which is at the other end of the house from where the router's at. The router's in my bedroom at one end of the house. The living room's at the other end of the house. I even had her go outside on the front porch, and she was still able to get 100 down and about 50 up on the front porch. So she can't use the excuse of don't have no signal. Because the only place I have not tested the Wi-Fi is I have not been outside on the carport in the van yet to test it. But I will within the next day or two.
What's your speed like with the things that are hardwired? Did it improve any, or is it still the same?
No, it's still the same. But with the things that are hardwired, I wasn't expecting it to improve any. Because it's literally going as fast as the ISP will let it. But it did improve the wireless speed, which was the whole point of getting this new router to improve the wireless speed. I can get the same speed between 400 and 500. Sometimes it hits 600.
On your iPhone, I mean on your Android, right? Is that 600 in your room, or is that 600 in the living room?
That 600 is I can hit at least 500 in every room of the house now.
And what's your mom and dad's phones hitting in the living room?
Same as mine. They have their phones should have.
I mean, you've actually tested their phones. You've taken their phones and actually ran a speed test on it. And
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What were they getting before?
Her phone was getting like 200 and let's say 250, and my phone was getting like 200, and my tablet was getting like 200, so somewhere around the 200 range in the living room.
So other than when you get in the van in the carport, seems like you have a slight improvement over everything.
In the van, in the carport with the old router, I was only able to get the one or two times that I tested it in the van. I was only able to get like 28 down and about 8 up, and that's on my tablet because my the 5 gigahertz signal, which is what I have my phone set on, of course, wasn't strong enough. My phone, the antenna in my phone wasn't strong enough to pick up the 5 gigahertz signal outside in the car. So I'm hoping the 5 gigahertz signal on this router is strong enough to be able to reach out to the car, so I can get at least good enough so I can get a speed test.
You probably test that tomorrow when you go to church, won't you?
Yeah, I'll try. At least on the tablet, because I don't take the phone for church. But that depends on whether I get it or not. That depends on how quickly my dad pulls out of the carport, because once we start, I know with my tablet, I knew it wasn't usable. I knew it wasn't usable far away at any distance. But I know with my tablet on the old router connected to the 5 gigahertz, I was able to maintain a connection. Not a usable connection, but I was able to maintain a connection several blocks down, several houses down from my house.
With your old router on your iPad?
Do what, Ken?
You were able to have a connection several houses down on your old router with your iPad?
Yes. Now, whether that connection is usable or not, of course, I wouldn't be able to know because we were driving down the road at the time. But I was able to maintain a connection to at least to the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Well,
I'm sure over the next couple of days you'll get a chance to test it out. What about your sound bar? How's it doing?
It's doing fine. It's doing good.
That's good. Sounds like you had a decent day then.
I do like the new interface of the new router a whole quite a bit more, specifically because I can click on the devices list on the router, specifically see how much what speed each individual device is connected at. Like it will tell me the up and down of each individual device, or what the router thinks that up and down is. And I can run a speed test directly from the router, not through the computer or not through any other device. I can run a speed test directly from the router, since it's the one device that is connected directly to the ISP box on the wall.
So I have two.
Hey, Alex,
Yes,
is you after the snow to work?
I don't understand you.
The snow.
Alex doesn't get snow. He lives in Arkansas.
If I get snow, Mimi, it's only
Yeah,
once or twice a year for maybe 1 or 2 days at a time, and that's it.
We have to.
You're getting snow right
Basically-
now?
Not
No.
right now, no.
No, I know you're not. I was asking Mimi.
Not
There's
me.
Rick. Guest of honor is finally here. So I got two questions that come to mind, Alex. The first is being, is it a necessity to actually go look and see what a specific item is doing up
Yeah.
and down and its speed test?
Yes, it is. It'll come in handy if somebody comes to me, my mom or dad come to me and they say, I can't
Look.
the speed is slow. Well, then I can tell them.
Uh-huh.
Then I can tell them you're sitting in the. I can tell them. I can log in and tell them where the router showing me that your device has this speed and this speed.
Okay. Long Dog says, Alex, does your router allow you to monitor how many people are trying to poke into your router?
Probably. I haven't really looked into it all that much. I've set up what I've needed to set up, and thankfully, I was able to change. Once I disconnected the old router, I was able to change the name and password of the new router to the same of the old router, and thankfully everything just reconnected, so I didn't have to reprogram everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hi, Rick. Hi, BH.
You sure that was a wise idea, Alex? Change it over to the old password and
Hello.
Well, BH Wrangler, nobody knows the password but us. Anyway,
all the shadow knows.
Yes.
with
yes.
one click of a button, I can log into the router and block them. So if there's somebody on there that I don't recognize on there, I can block them. And if we don't want
Well,
the
that's
kids
not
on
very
there,
nice. Maybe somebody's trying to help you out and you're going to block them. Boy, can't believe you're going to do that. All right. I'm going to have everybody get on the same sheet of music here. Everybody should be seeing, as soon as I get this all arranged, a motherboard.
Are we gonna sing?
We are. We're going to do the old thing where somebody starts out with row, row, row your boat, and then 2 or 3 seconds later somebody goes row, row, whatever that's called. Anyway, Rick, does that look familiar? Is this what you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the first NVMe closest to the motherboard, to the CPU, is the one I'm looking at.
Okay, so would that be that one right there?
No, closest to closest to the CPU.
Go up, right there.
That
Oh,
one
right
there.
here. It's got the heat sink on it.
Yeah, is that PCIe 3.0 or 4.0?
should say in your manual.
I don't have the manual. It's in one of those boxes somewhere.
Well, let's see if we can determine that somehow.
It should be under the specifications on the website.
What board is it?
The one I'm showing.
I know, but what brand?
Gigabyte Z390.
It's a gaming board, isn't it, Rick?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can find specs here.
Click on support right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Should be a Gen 3 M.2 slot for that generation of motherboard, according to William Dawson. Which I don't think I said hi to William Dawson. I'm so turning in today. Hello, William Dawson from Florida. I think you're going to get a present from Canada. So I think someone's sending you some snow. Okay, what are we looking for now?
Go up slightly. Click on support list.
Ooh, that wasn't good. Everything turned red for a minute.
Scroll down. Right there. Click M2 support. Click on the little download arrow.
Uh-huh. Like,
And
I can
click on-
read that.
Click on the plus sign 2 times.
I still can't read it, but okay.
And click on it one more.
That's better. Okay, what are we looking for now?
They're in alphabetical order by manufacturer. What? You want to put a Samsung in there?
Well, we'd have to see what the prices are on Samsung and I don't know. Vibrant maybe?
So to just tell us what, if it's a PCI 3 or PCI 4 or whatever that is, listen to me. Use terminology. It is a 3?
Yeah, I think it says SATA 3, so I think that's 3.0.
Okay.
No,
I
that's if you're putting a 2.5-inch drive in there.
And then I don't know what it is for NVMe.
You're an M2 SATA category. You want to go down further to the NVMe.
Oh, yeah, I see that now. So I want to, well, let's just go this M.2.
There you go.
There we go. And then, so what's this Gen 3 times 4 mean? Does that mean it will work on both 3 and 4th generation?
No,
No? Okay.
it's a Gen 3 by 4 speed slot. You go down, those are all the ones they've tested.
Oh, these are all the ones they pretty much guarantee will work on that board?
Yep.
Okay. That kind of makes sense in my mind. And then what happens if we get further down here? Well, it's probably a continuation of,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's
They're
what
all
it
in
is.
alphabetical order.
A Samsung 980 is a Gen 4 drive, I think. So if there's a Samsung 980 listed on there, it's compatible with the Gen 4.
Samsung looks like it starts
I think.
about right here. And then
Are you sure about that, Alex? 'Cause I don't think it's a Gen 4.
there's a 970 Pro Samsung. I'm seeing this in this column. I probably ought to go see what the columns are, but and then it goes to a 983.
PCIM. PCIEM.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know what that means. Let's go up
That
here.
means that the way that plug is, they call it an M key plug, like the gold part of the end of where it actually plugs in. That's what you want, is the one that say M key or whatever.
Okay, so let's go back to here. Is there any way we can determine on their site what his specific board's got?
Yes. You can go to manual.
Well, I like automatic myself, but okay, we'll go to manual. And then I guess we have to pick a language, English, and then download this.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone's favorite pastime, reading a manual.
I was gonna say if you just if you go back and just click on specification, it should tell you without actually having to look at the whole go through the whole
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh, right
What's
here,
that
a specific,
specification?
right here.
right there.
Yeah, right there.
And
Okay,
scroll
so-
down and you see storage, I think what it's
I want to get all the specifications. 1, support for the 9th and 8th generation Intel Core. 2, oh my. What are we looking for? Storage? Storage interface. That
There you go.
okay, so it's got 1 M.2 connector,
I don't
socket
understand any
3.
of that.
Oh, me and you both, Rick. I'm glad we feel the same way on that. So, because it would be nice if it would say, this is this one, this is this one, this is this one, but apparently it's not. I wonder if they have pictures somewhere. Does any of that make sense to anybody besides me?
Yeah,
yeah. You see where it says ×4? You see where it says PCIe ×4?
Not really. You talking
See where,
about?
see where it says number 1 times M2 connector, socket 3, M key,
Yeah, right here.
and then it says number 2, it says 1 times M2.
Yeah, it looks to be almost identical.
It says ×4 though, and that's what's tripping me out. But I want to say that means you got 2 SATA, you got 2 M.2 slots NVMe that are ×3, so you don't have any slots that are ×4 compatible.
Let's go back to the manual.
I want to say
then.
that's what that means.
go back to key features.
Key features here.
Up at the top there.
Up the top there, key features.
Okay.
There you go.
And what are we looking for? Dual.
So it's Gen 3, but because Gen 4 is backwards compatible, a Gen 4s will work. There were some Gen 4s in that M.2 list you looked at,
Okay.
but it is a Gen 3 PCIe slot. It says
Okay.
right there.
So does this help
It's just,
me out?
That
Andy?
one right there.
if you can save money, get a Gen 3 because it's not going to go any faster with Gen 4.
All right, then
If
Jen's-
it was Gen 4 compatible, would it say socket 4 instead of socket 3?
No, it would say Gen 4. This generation.
So it'd be nice if it would say like right in here what this
the
is. but-
X4 is the bandwidth of it. There's X1, X2, X4, X8.
So
Okay.
if you were to go to Amazon, what kind of 1 terabyte NVMe would that be then?
For a Gen 3. I forget the model numbers. I'd have to look it up.
Samsung 970 or
Yeah.
Samsung
The
980?
980 is Gen 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
anything
I
I
over
want to
believe
say
that's
so.
what- I believe that's what was said. Yes.
My mom has a 970 in her computer, and it's a Gen 3. So you can just get you one of them.
The 970 is a PCI Gen 3 M2.
See, Gary
Probably-
joined us and Wintermute joined us. I heard the bell, but I didn't know who joined. So welcome in, gentlemen.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller.
First,
Huh?
last time caller, first time listener.
What's the
By
fuck?
the way, it looked like the
Now
difference.
there
in
was
those
a
two-
joke there, Gary. I will not go there.
The difference in the two slots was just that one can take a longer SSD, but you don't usually see longer.
I think
ones.
Greg's doing some research. He's got that research look
So
in
you don't
his eye.
usually see shorter ones.
Yeah, that's true. They're usually
42 and
2280.
whatever. 42 and 22 are the shorter ones, like for laptop Wi-Fi
Their
cards.
industry standard, an M2 is a 2280. That's the length. 22 millimeters wide, by 80 millimeters long.
Yeah, it usually goes back to the third screw on the board. Yeah, that's where I put the little screw thing that goes into the board. I put that in the third slot, third hole.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, Chris?
I'm just playing.
So here's a Western Digital 1 terabyte solid state Gen 3 x 4 PCI 8 gigabytes. I guess that's a speed M.2 2280.
That's the size. 2280 is the standard size.
Okay, so it's currently on sale for $69.99. Would that work in Rick's?
What's the
What was the
read?
size?
What was the read write speed?
Oh, I don't know where I see that at.
Read write speed should be somewhere around 3,500.
Oh yeah, it says up to 3,500 megabytes slash
Yeah,
S.
that's the maximum speed for Gen 3.
I usually get around 32 to 33.
Okay. Here's a silicone power. Never heard of him.
I
1
would-
terabyte.
I wouldn't go with silicone power.
Usually cheap.
I agree. I always stick to SanDisk, Samsung, and Western Digital.
And that's because silicone power is a lower named or a no name company.
Not their name. I've heard of them. They're just usually cheaper and slower.
Slower read
Oh,
write
okay, I
speed.
see. Gotcha.
It means it'll take longer to copy files, move files, write files.
Okay. Gotcha.
I would go with the Samsung 970 EVO Plus, $69.99, 3,500 read and write.
For 1 terabyte?
Terabyte?
No, that was 500.
It'd be 500. Yeah.
500 gigabytes.
You can get a Crucial 1 terabyte for about the same price, and Crucial is a decent brand.
Yeah. Crucial P3, 1 terabyte, Gen 3.
Or earlier we saw a 1 terabyte Western Digital for about that price too.
Yeah, 35. This Western Digital Green, 3,200 megabytes per second.
Yeah, we saw a blue one. I don't remember.
Yeah,
what
I
the
saw
speed
it.
was.
Yeah. I'm just scanning down through here. Okay, cool.
Or you could get an Intel 665p or something.
Well, if you can send me some links to some, so I got a few to choose from.
I'll send you some links here shortly, my friend. All right. So did we ever get anything accomplished on Doug's today? Thought I'd ask.
I was sleeping.
I was
Oh, my
busy.
God.
I
You
only
can't deal with
joined long enough.
MSATA. Doesn't know what MSATA is, that's for sure. Oy.
No, on that board of mine, it does take NVMe or just M.2.
Well, M.2 has
M.2
two
is the
forms.
type of connector. NVMe is the transport
the-
protocol. So
The M key is the connector for NVMe, and the B key is the connector for.
Okay, look, we're not going to do any
SATA.
Robin Williams Good Morning Vietnam things here, okay? The MC to the... No.
your motherboard
Good
takes
morning.
NVMe or SATA, but you want
Good
NVMe
morning.
because it's better.
Good morning.
Ken,
Good morning.
Chris?
we do know Jim hates Mac as much as Catherine hates Corsair.
I don't think Catherine's watching, and I don't think she's in Zoom, so darn
I
it.
started to say that while she was on there, but I said, no, I better
No,
not.
she seemed like she was in a very... maybe we'll discuss it after the stream, just to be on the safe side. William
And
Dawson
where
says he
to-
uses A data. Been working for him. He gets 35 read and
Yeah, I like
35,
A data.
32 write. Okay. So I think we got you going in the right direction, Rick.
Yeah, I upgraded one of the church laptops to an ADATA 2.5-inch SSD, and since I upgraded it, I think it's been used like one time because they don't have internet over there anymore. So I mean, it really is not much use for it, but I didn't know that at the time that that I upgraded it. And it's a shame too, because that laptop was a pain in the butt to upgrade.
I posted the link in your Facebook Messenger. Let me know if it works, please. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't.
Yeah, my phone just dinged, so I got something.
Yeah, that one.
Let me know.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool. Gary posted a link, it looks like, to Amazon as well. BH
When
Ringer's
I
got his main
posted,
data.
it's $50. It's, I've heard of the brand, and it's 3,500 speed,
Oh yeah, I've heard of Kingston.
and it's got a warranty. So I
I've
mean,
always,
you're
in
not
my
running
mind,
into
when
it
I see that, I've wanted to put the word trio behind it, and I'm not sure why.
because you're old like me. Alex is what, huh?
Let me drop that link over on Rick's page.
I know what trio means.
Yeah, but it's a group, Alex. You don't know them.
Let me know if that second one comes through or not, Rick.
It just comes up with Amazon. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, it
It
does.
should take you right straight to it. Oh, cool. That one shows a picture. Mine didn't. I'm jealous. That's weird. Sometimes that does that. Sometimes it don't. All right.
Samsung's like twice the price for 1 terabyte.
So, Jeff, you didn't like my
99.
endorphins picture tonight?
I got it. I was just.
Oh, I got it. I mean, it is.
Yeah, that one we saw earlier, that Western Digital Blue Gen 3, same speeds. It's on sale for $69.99.
I actually like the 2 terabyte Kingston for 109. I mean, I might go that route too. I don't know.
That's a deal. When I got my 1 terabyte for my computer, it was that price for a 1 terabyte.
Well,
109
I
for
got
one.
a 970 1 terabyte a year and a half ago when I was gathering all the parts for this build, and I paid a hell of a lot more than that.
Makes sense.
Well,
I just bought a crucial 2 terabyte Gen 4 for 129 when it was on sale.
well, my
I
first
don't, mine isn't a Gen 4, but I can use it later in a newer computer if I need to, and it will max out my Gen 3 bus. And it was only like $12 more than the Gen 3 or something. So I thought it was worth spending the extra money to sort of future-proof it.
my first SSD that I got for this laptop I've got was only a 480 gig. And I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I got it from Best Buy, but it cost me about $150 for a 480 gig. Back
Well,
like
Alex, I'll tell
5
you
years
more
ago.
story than that. I bought a camera from Best Buy for Christmas in the year 2000 for my wife. It was like 2 megapixels. It was over $900 way back then. So when you buy something when it's just coming on, you can pay a lot of money that you certainly don't need to later on.
That 970
Cell phone cameras are hundreds of times better than that now.
that 970 that's in my mom's computer, 500 gig. That's not even a 970 plus. It's the original 970. Cost $200
Yeah,
for
well,
500 gig. When built her computer 5 years ago.
I'm trying to figure something out on my computer. I thought I had put everyone's addresses in a document file somewhere, but apparently I did not.
I bought my build is a Samsung 970 Evo Plus 1 terabyte Gen 3 that was bought in September of 2020 for $180. I think it was. Yep.
Well,
Plus tax.
the
That was
8
when they were going up. I believe.
Nowadays, it's much less than that. Of course, that's what always happens.
Bloody hell. Are you just stumbling in from the pub?
Oh, just waking up.
We're stumbling out to the pub.
Well, he actually put hello from the pub in Doug's today. I saw that. That was pretty cool.
I thought you would have said something.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start reading my chat like Doug does, very selectively and skipping over the most important part of the chat itself.
Uh-huh.
Got it. Thank you.
Or you can do what I do and just not read chat at all when you're doing it.
Yeah, but you don't do any live stream, so that's not really applicable right now. I mean, and I don't pop chat out. That's just too confusing. I just as soon leave it on that monitor. It works. If they ever get the Twidget application fixed and working, that's what I'll use because I really like it. If someone puts a comment in there and then they erase it, I still could see it on Twidget, but I can't see it over on the stream. It's kind of a nice little feature. And I'm sure there's something out there similar. I just haven't taken the time to research it and find it. I spent most of the morning since I got up at 7 o'clock this morning trying to mess with the essential titles that I downloaded. I couldn't get them to work, so I gave up on that. I did 2 short videos that I was going to make premieres, and I thought, nah, that's kind of dumb and boring. So I just did about under 3 minutes on both of them. As the saying goes, back to the old drawing board. Can't understand why some of them work and some of them don't work. And I was actually dissecting the one like we were doing last night after hours with Wintermute, and I was going through and making sure, and I got to the point where it wouldn't work, and then I couldn't figure out why. Oh, and I did the export wrong last night too, by the way. I went back and reviewed how to do that. It's no wonder it didn't work. I did it wrong. I know, big shock, right? Now the Gen 5 products are starting to appear. Yep, I've heard that too. I think Jim's going to put together a PC with 5th generation or DDR5 memory, is he not?
Yep.
Yeah, AM5, you have to have DDR5 memory.
I wonder how much longer it will be until I start saying, "Oh, my computer's too slow. I need to upgrade and get a faster one." Not for a very, very long time, I hope.
Start counting, and I'll tell you how long it'll be before I put you in the waiting room.
1, 2.
It's literally money on a router.
3,
It's
4,
gonna be a
5.
while.
What makes you? Yeah,
Would you buy another duck or another small form factor?
you just bought that computer, what, a year ago this past July? Uh-oh, here we go. Can't hear me.
It was actually 2021, Ken.
Oh,
So it will be
So 2
it will be
years.
2 years this coming July.
Well, I think your mother
It's a
did
year ago
something
last July.
before you do.
2021.
Man, that's
My
scary.
mom's
That's what I built my
computer-
computer. I will be right back.
My mom's computer is 5 years old this coming May, but I don't see her needing a new one anytime soon. Not for what she does. It still works just as only reason it still works just as great as the day we put it together. Only reason she'll need a new one is if Microsoft decides they're going to up those system requirements so high that it will exceed 64 gigs of RAM.
No.
At that point, I'll need to get at least a new motherboard for her computer because her motherboard will only support 64 gigs of RAM.
I don't see that happening.
Does she have?
Officially, Windows 10 can work on 4. I mean, you wouldn't want it, but it can suck it up and do it.
Does she have 64 gigabytes?
No, she's got 16 and I've got 32. But both of our computers can support 64 gigs of RAM.
You don't need it then?
I really could have waited about a laptop and I could have built a desktop, but didn't really need either one. But
Yeah, and she's not even using 50% of the 16 gigs of RAM, so she's not even using 8 gigs. I think right now my computer usually averages about 9 or 10 gigs of the 32 gigs actually in use. Runs about 20, 25, maybe 30% of the memory in use on my computer.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I don't even know if I'll ever build another one because my hands are so big. It's kind of hard to do.
Make it easier and easier.
I'm back. I went in the kitchen to get a water, walked out of the kitchen, forgot the doggone water.
Yeah, at least now I'm ready for the future. This with this new router, it can supposedly support 2.5 a 2.5 gig internet connection. So I'm ready for with link aggregation. So I'm ready for them to upgrade me to 2 gigs in 10 years.
Good Lord, boy, you just got what you got. You already want 2.5 gig. That's it. I'll see you. Gotta go.
No, I don't. I'm just
Goodbye.
Did you go off again? Go offline again last night, Rick? Did they?
It did. I don't know if he heard you or not.
So Rick,
He's muted, I think.
he's muted.
No,
No,
that's not.
Yeah, he's not
he's
muted.
he's
but
not he's not muted, but we're not hearing him.
Rick, if you can hear us, we can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, about 12:09.
It's the
Internet
same,
off.
same time.
Yep.
That's weird.
That's not you.
I
Somebody
just,
else.
yeah, I don't know. One thing it was mentioned to me is when I reset my router, Wintermute, this is kind of a question for you. One thing that was mentioned to me is the MAC address from my old router. It's probably wanting to use the old MAC address. Do I have to put the MAC address from this router into the configuration?
Depends. I mean, have you spoofed the MAC address on the current router? Did you spoof it to an older router or something?
I didn't do anything. I
You
just
didn't
plugged it
change
in
it?
and used it.
No, then you don't need to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Well, is the modem dropping or your router dropping?
That's what we don't know. And CTC claims it's not them, so I'm not getting any help from them. But it's a connection electrically or something in the modem, or it's not the router. I don't think it's just, I don't know. It's just the modem is losing connection to the internet. So that's what I'm doing when I do that. Right click and check. It does that green bar. It checks for issues with the internet, and it usually comes back with a modem or something.
Well, that's your internet trouble.
Yeah, that's at their end, but they
Right.
just don't see what it would be.
If it's at 12 o'clock, 12 to 12:30 every night, it's something they're doing, not you're doing. Or, well, you're not Wi-Fi, but it could be some big motor starting up or something. I have seen that disrupt Wi-Fi.
He's hardwired into, though, I think.
I'm
Gary.
hardwired in. The
I know
only
he's hardwired.
Wi-Fi is my phone.
And I'm saying if it is hardwired, it is going to be on their side if it's 12 to 12:30. Even though they're not saying that, but they're renewing the MAC yet. They're renewing the IP on their side. Instead of every 2 weeks or something. I bet there's somebody's doing it every day.
You know how to access the modem?
No.
You might not be able to, but
It's a home P&A router from them.
sometimes they'll have logs on the modem. You know, so why it fell over. Might
I mean,
usually get to it with the IP address of 192.168.1.100. That's standard, but it could vary.
I mean, I don't usually have problems, but I have Ubiquiti, and they have a log of what dropped and why it caused and all that other stuff, which doesn't happen, but when it does.
I don't keep a log of anything. I just keep track of the time.
That'd be on the box, not on the PC or anywhere. But if it's a time range and it's consistent, it's something, not. It's
and it seems
that's
to be
kind of what I was thinking.
night.
They're doing it something at their end because consistently at about 12:07, 12:09, the internet shuts off for like 20 minutes and then just comes back on. Every damn night.
Are you cable? Is it?
I'm cable, yeah.
You know, somebody could be screwing around at outside someplace. Those cables are not hidden.
I don't know what it is, but I gotta convince them to come over here and look at their system in the storage room down the hall from me and see if there's anything in there. But more than likely, if I tell them that, they might admit that, yeah, they're doing maintenance or something at that time and they have to temporarily shut my internet off for updates or whatever. But I haven't heard them say that they're going to do that or anything.
Is anybody else in the building having problems at 12 o'clock?
Not that I know of.
Have you asked them?
Yeah, I've asked Danny. I said, your internet getting goofy at night? He said, no, not mine.
No, but between 12 and 12:30.
Yeah, at that time. Yeah.
Okay.
He said, no, everybody else is acting fine.
I've got a question for somebody about one of these NVMe drives. Let me share the screen if I will.
Go ahead.
I bought one from, believe it or not, from Lawn Dog.
Okay, here's this Kingston drive.
Yeah.
And it says up there PCIe 4.0 Gen 4x4 up to 3500.
Yeah, that's correct.
3500 is a Gen 3 speed.
Right.
So is this a Gen 4 or a Gen 3?
It's a 4 but low speed Gen 4. I mean, you can have a 2 meg Gen 3, which would be slow. That's all.
So it will work with a Gen 4 slot, but it's not
a fast
maximum Gen 4 speed.
Well, no, it's just not a fast drive. I mean, just with, I mean, with,
right, but it's up to Gen 3 speeds. So
correct.
Which is what Rick's got in the motherboard. So this would be okay. It would.
Correct. Well, it's like,
but it was just confusing.
Well, think of the Spain hard drives. You had a 54 and you had a 72.
Right.
Home drives.
Yeah.
That's just a slower drive, but it will work on a Gen 4.
Okay, so it's got a Gen 4 interface, but it doesn't have the components that let it run at Gen 4 speeds.
Right.
All right.
I mean, I would get the 850X. I got the 980 Pros on mine for my personal machine, but for the one I have in our garage working on my cars, I got the 850X because I liked it. And I got it for $169, 2 gig.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I got a let me stop sharing this now.
Yeah,
I got this for my own machine here a while back. Crucial. And it's a Gen 4, but it's a 2 terabyte on sale for $129.
That's not.
So I only have a Gen 3 motherboard, but from the reviews I read, this will max out a Gen 3 slot.
Oh, yeah.
What's the speed?
Well, in the Gen 3 slot, and it will work later if I move it.
What's the model number of it, Jeff? What's the model number?
It's a Crucial P3 Plus, 2 terabyte. Let me see if there's a different. It's on sale right now for $149. It was $129 when I bought it. Off
I
Amazon.
just, for what it's worth, I just pulled one up and it said 141, but looks cool.
Yeah, 141. I bought it a few weeks ago for 129. So it was
Yeah.
like $15 more than the Gen 3 one of the same manufacturer. So I
If you
thought
look,
it was worth paying the extra $15.
and if you look at that one, this one's a little bit better. It maxes out at 5 meg or 5,000.
Yeah.
So it's not 7 either.
No, it's not 7.
So I've got
And
a
actually-
question. Go ahead, Gary.
This is a secondary
finishing.
drive in my
I
system.
got-
It's not my boot drive.
I'm in my famous Edge, and the price history says on the 17th it was 117. Hey, that'd have been a good drive buy at 117.
I got a question / proposal / idea / call it what you want for Wintermute, Gary, and Rick. If I were
What
to,
about me?
well, you already know things in DaVinci that is way beyond my years. So okay, and Greg, if I were to email you the essential 3D thing I'm trying to get to work, could you guys see if you can get it to work on yours? Because if it works on yours, then it's clearly something to do with my DaVinci. If it
I have
doesn't
to
work,
the joke.
you have a joke?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Try, Ken. Sure.
all right. I wanted to ask before you just had a mysterious email show up. So you kind of see my logic, though. You guys all have DaVinci, and if it works for you, but it don't work for me, then that means, as Alex will so fondly remind me of, that I have problems with my system.
Yep.
But then you also finally reminded me that I have problems with my sandbar.
You do have problems with your soundbar. This is how we know you have
We all got
problems with your
problems.
soundbar. Alex.
Yes, I can hear you. Ian.
Probably between keyboard and chair.
No.
All I heard was you.
That junk don't work with me, Chris.
Thank you, Wintermute. Appreciate it. Gary?
What was the joke, Mimi?
Yeah, you can for me. I don't have no problem.
Thank you.
And to answer Wintermute real quick, he's got something about that didn't pull up. The McKinsey pulled up for us, and it's sold by Amazon from Amazon. So
it worked for me. So
don't like it, send it back.
yeah,
What are you
that's the
talking
one thing that's good about Amazon. Yeah, and believe it or not, I think I'm going to take Gary's idea of ordering the 3
Say anything
sinks
about
off of Amazon. They're the exact same things we have now, so can't go wrong there.
I was actually going to bring this up. I mean, it's no big deal. It's a laugh. If I got nothing to do for 5 minutes, I go and I review all my Amazon stuff just to be a nice guy. And I put a review in that it's literally the same thing for the pop, or sparkling ice black raspberry that I love.
Right.
I said it is pop. It sells it at Wally World for $2 more, and they said that was inappropriate to post.
Well,
I mean, it is pop. It's $2 more at Wally World, and they deliver it to the gate in our house. And if we're here in open, they'll actually deliver it to the door.
Speaking of sparkling ice, I ordered some more and it'll be here tomorrow.
Long Dog says, Gary, I was wondering if you go to attempt to try and uninstall DaVinci, then it might give you a repair option. I think that's something we might want to look into.
I don't have a problem with DaVinci. Why would I?
I think he's referring to the problem that I may be having. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Okay, Mimi joined on her phone,
Back.
so I'm gonna mute. Okay, she muted it. That's all that Mimi's over here, and then she's on here on her phone. So
Okay.
I know that sound. I get it all the time. So I'm gonna go ahead and
So-
end the
sorry.
stream. John showed up. Hey, John Southern Exposure. Robert Michael showed up. Thank you, Robert. Long Dog, as always, good to see you. John Lloyd Sr., we'll see you next Friday night because there's no holiday this week.
later, Lawn Dog.
Tony Wallow was here. All the tech talk was giving him a headache, but hopefully we get some views tonight, and that'll be a good thing. Gary was there. William Dawson was there from Florida. His snow. BH, you are sending. Oh, BH is not there. Never mind. BH Ringer was with us in chat. And did I miss anybody? Oh, yeah. Chris said he was 8th, but he was more like 9th. Greg was 3rd, but I think you were 4th. I don't know. I look at it in studio. So good night, everyone. Mrs. K is 16 tomorrow, so it will probably be a 9 o'clock start tomorrow night because she has 16 hours. They have not taken that away. Oh, they fired the human resources director yesterday. Escorted her out of the building, and we'll end on that happy note.
Hello, hello.